The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Findings of the second autopsy on June Villamor indicate possible foul play and homicide. To tell us his thoughts on this, we have attorney Berteni Kausing, the lawyer and spokesperson of the Mabasa family. Attorney Kausing, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us on this holiday. Attorney, how did the family of Percy Lapid react to the findings of the second autopsy that was conducted by Dr. Fortune? Are they satisfied with the findings?
We just say it's better to say we are happy that there is these findings, and this will now lead us with more hope to where the mastermind is.
Right, and will the results of the second autopsy affect the case in any way?
Yes, it will definitely affect, and we are looking at it as positive for the case that we are now facing.
All right, attorney, are you at liberty to expound a little bit more on why this is a positive, or how you are saying that this is a positive development or will have a positive impact?
Well, that autopsy now establishes that fact that with the death of the middleman, supposed to be middleman by the name of June Villamor Ignuba, set up a block to our search for justice because of his death. But because we have now established that his death is not just an ordinary death, but he was killed, so we are now moving forward to locate for the motives of the killing, and there is no other motive except that it is interconnected with the presentation by Secretary Binhar Abalos of the self-confessed gunman, Mr. Joel Escorial. So our thoughts from the very beginning, it was not just a matter of coincidence. It was an intentional death that happened to Mr. Villamor. And because of that we had already established that it was an intentional death, then we can now look for other evidence to pinpoint who is the most probable person who could have that power to cause the three persons to kill this middleman. And of course, we are looking at whoever is that person who has complete control over the National Bureau of Penitentiary, and then the person who could compel the three warring groups to unite as one in order to kill Percy Lapid and kill the middleman. So we are looking at it positively that we can go. That is a big headway or big leap, as we said it for the first time that we heard about it.
All right. And speaking of new evidence, Attorney Kausing, have you come across any new pieces of information or evidence on the persons of interest that could actually help solve this case?
Well, the evidence that we have in our position, and of course also in the position of the DOJ prosecutors, is still the same. But we are expecting that these new pieces of evidence that we are expecting to be in the form of extrajudicial confessions or affidavits of the new persons taken into custody by the National Bureau of Investigation as alleged witnesses as described or identified by the sister of Mr. June Villamor, who is now identified only as Marisa. So we are waiting for that affidavits to be given to us. And it was promised to us by the Secretary that he will furnish us everything, including the second autopsy report, including all other affidavits or documents or whatever evidence that they may get from the time that we conducted our first hearing on the preliminary investigation on 17 of October 2022, and the next hearing will be November 4, 2022, and we are expecting to receive more of those affidavits, more of those new pieces of evidence.
All right. Attorney Kausing, there has been talk, okay, that the gunman, Joel Escorial, could turn state witness. Is the Mabasa family okay with that?
Yes, we are pronouncing it officially that we are okay with that because, but the condition is if you pinpoint who the mastermind is, and if we cannot pinpoint the mastermind, as at least he can lead us to where the mastermind is and to who the mastermind is. But as we got news from Mr. Secretary of Justice that there is there's actually more than one mastermind. He said with an S, masterminds. So we are banking on or relying on the statements of the Secretary of Justice to be a reality come November 4, 2022 at the Department of Justice, the second hearing for the preliminary investigation into this case.
All right, thank you for answering that, Attorney. At the moment, is the Mabasa family still receiving any death threats or have they stopped?
Actually, because of those death threats that were given, there was already that security measure that has been undertaken, and one of them is the security measure provided by the Las Piñas City Police Station, whereby 24-hour security provided by plainclothes policemen stationed in the vicinity of the house of Mr. Percy Lapid. And of course, me and Mr. Roy Mabasa are also doing our own security measures in order not to be jeopardized. That's it.
All right, do stay safe, Attorney Berteni Kausing, and thank you so much for joining us and sharing your thoughts with us. Attorney Berteni Kausing, again, the spokesperson of the Mabasa family. Thank you, sir. President Bongbong Marcos sees no need to declare a nationwide state of calamity after the onslaught of Tropical Storm Paeng. In his visit to Cavite today, the president said he consulted the Environment Department on the damage inflicted by the cyclone. The president said that Paeng did deal damage to certain localities, but not to the country as a whole. The NDRRMC reported at least 98 dead, while 1.9 million individuals across 17 regions were affected by the tropical storm. Damage to agriculture is currently pegged at 435 million pesos, while the damage to infrastructure is estimated at 757 million pesos.
Does not need to have like in the Visayas, there's no need for a national calamity. For Region 1, 2, hindi naman kailangan mag-national calamity. So I don't think it's necessary. I think we will focus better if we stay with the calamity status as we have now.
More than 30 bodies have been retrieved from a Maguindanao landslide triggered by Tropical Storm Paeng. The Philippine Coast Guard led the search and retrieval operations in Barangay Cusyong in Datu Odin Sinsuat, Maguindanao del Norte. Survivors are currently staying at evacuation centers in nearby barangays. The LGU is asking for additional funds for relief, as well as food, water, and clothing. And the Manila South Cemetery has reopened today after being closed over the weekend due to Paeng. Mobile journalist Pamela Vasquez is reporting to us from on the ground. Hi, Pam. What's going on there?
Sean, it was past 12 noon when the rain poured here at the Manila South Cemetery, but that didn't stop people from visiting their departed loved ones. Manila South Cemetery Director Jonathan Garzo said they were supposed to open on October 29, but the management opted to close for 2 days to clean up debris left by Paeng. Because of these authorities are expecting an influx of people today depending on the weather. They are estimating around 200,000 visitors today and around 500,000 in the coming days. Those with kids aged 12 years old and below are required to show proof of vaccination, or else they won't be permitted to go inside. Instead, they will be asked to stay inside a holding area. Face masks are also required at the cemetery despite the lifting of its mandatory use indoors and outdoors. Late and overnight visitations are not allowed as it is only open from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Around 150 policemen have been deployed inside the cemetery to ensure peace and order. Sean, the rain stopped here, but people continue to go inside the premises. But authorities are asking for the cooperation of the people as most of the confiscated items here are lighters, cigarette packs, paint buckets, and even sharp objects. Sean?
All right, thank you so much for that update. That was mobile journalist Pamela Vasquez reporting to us live from the Manila South Cemetery. We will be back after this quick break. Stay with us here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Visitors have started flocking to the Manila North Cemetery for Undas. Brian Castillo joins us on the line for an update. Hi, Brian. How is the crowd over at Manila North?
Sean, 2 hours before its closure, people continue to flock here at the Manila North Cemetery ahead of Undas. The main gate of the cemetery opened at exactly 5 in the morning earlier. This is after the Manila LGU ordered its temporary closure over the weekend due to tropical storm Paeng. Authorities allotted a day to clear fallen trees and drain flood water. Since Manila North was closed in the past 2 days, authorities are expecting the volume of people to peak tomorrow, November 1. Police are reminding visitors that alcoholic beverages, flammable materials including lighters, rubbing alcohol, perfumes and cigarettes packs are not allowed. Aside from this, firearms and other deadly weapons as well as sharp objects, sound systems and playing cards are also prohibited to prevent unnecessary noise. A no mask, no entry policy is also in place, even after the government's relaxation of mask protocols. All kinds of vehicles and bikes are not allowed inside, and people can only enter the cemetery through the main gate. But the Manila North Cemetery management will provide free e-trike rides for senior citizens, PWDs, and pregnant women. Authorities are appealing to the public to refrain from bringing children, pregnant women, elderly, and those with comorbidities as much as possible. If they do decide to bring children under 5 years old, they should be fully vaccinated. Unvaccinated kids in the cemetery earlier were left at the entrance gate. The Manila North Cemetery is open to the public from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Interment services are also postponed until November 2. Sean, a slight drizzle did not stop crowds from coming in here. Those planning to visit are reminded to continue following the minimum health standards. Sean?
Right, thank you so much for the reminders and for that update. Brian Castillo reporting to us live or reporting to us over the phone from the Manila North Cemetery. And the Philippine Embassy in South Korea says that no Filipino was reported hurt in the Itaewon stampede. Ambassador Maria Teresa Dizon de Vega told Frontline sa umaga that they continue to monitor the situation. More than 150 people were reported killed in the stampede, including over a dozen foreign nationals. It was supposed to be the first in-person Halloween celebration in the Korean Club District after 2 years of lockdown.
Sa ngayon po, wala pa po tayong natatanggap na abiso o report po na meron pong Pilipinong naapektuhan nitong trahedya, either casualty or injured. Kaya kami po ay umaasa na sana po wala nga pong naapektuhan na kababayan po natin dito.
For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.